Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions. Check out our partners in the description. Startup Podcast PH is at CDO Bytes and we're interviewing Cagayan de Oro-based startups. In this episode, we have Anthony Tagam, founder and CEO at Tarbaho I. Skip the search, start the work. Hello, Anthony. Welcome to Startup Podcast PH. Kamusta?
Hello, John. Good morning. Kamusta?
Yeah, and welcome din pala sa akin dito sa Cagayan de Oro. So, I'm very happy to interview a startup na actually in CDO and plans to join the CDO Bytes family. So, ayun, ano nga ba ang Tarbaho I, Anthony?
So, thanks, John. Basically, we are the Tarbaho I. So, Tarbaho I has an ambitious mission. So, the mission of the Tarbaho I is to revolutionize the recruitment process. So, we do that by using the artificial intelligence. We can do solutions with AI and machine learnings.
And ito lang natin, maganda kasi yung name, Tarbaho I. Tarbaho I. Tarbahu space I. Pero actually, play of words siya. Multiple play of words. Yung Tarbaho, I think Bisaya siya, ng trabaho, ng work. And then yung I is play of word din siya ng AI kasi you're also using AI. So can you explain more to the name?
Yes, explain ko yung name ng Tarbaho I. It's actually Bisayan word, Tarbaho I. But the root word can be used in Tagalog, so trabaho. At the same time, in Visaya, it's tarbaho. So, actually, may deeper meaning ang tarbaho ay. So, somehow,
deeper meaning?
if you read the word, somehow it would sound like let's work together, something like that.
Okay, galing.
Let's work or to work together. Parang ganyan.
So may play of words din siya na trabaho, work, and then AI, and then pag pinagsama yung dalawa, parang it means nga work together. Ayun.
Parang ganun.
So yung tagline nyo, is skip the search, start the work. And as you said, you're revolutionizing how yung parang work finding or job seeking is being done. So punta muna natin yung problem or parang pain point maybe for the job seekers. Bakit nga ba mahirap maghanap ng trabaho? And ano mismo yung parang gusto nyong i-solve dito?
So, what we're trying to solve in Tarbaho I is the pain points of job seekers. So, basically, based on my background, I have been able to see different problems in job searching. So, our slogan is skip the search, meaning to say, there's skip the search, start the work, because we are yung ano namin kasi is we are seeing the focus more on the finding rather than actual working itself. So that's the reason for it.
Bakit ba mahirap maghanap? Una actually, mahirap maghanap for job seekers kasi minsan may skills mismatch. Hindi ito yung kaya kong gawin, ito yung mga gusto hinahanap nila. And then yung pagka-post din hindi malinaw, minsan hindi nag-match. Pangalawa, mahirap maghanap ng trabaho dahil ang daming requirements din minsan. So how do you use AI dito? Parang saan papasok yung need for AI and machine learning?
Actually, yung AI natin, it can be used both for the job seekers and the recruiter. So basically, for job seekers, ang target namin is to use the AI for job generating and matching of job seekers and the actual work.
For the yung for the employers, ano nga ba yung problema nila when it comes to recruitment?
Ang sa recruitment kasi, so our initial target market is the overseas manpower. So basically, they are the type of recruiter that deploy OFWs, those
mga
kind
agency
of
or mga agencies. Sige nga, actually hindi ako ganun ka-familiar sa proseso ng mga overseas workers agency. So, punta muna natin yun. Ano nga ba yung proseso nito? Like for example, if I want to work as an OFW, ano ba yung mga gagawin ko in terms of requirements, of finding jobs? Ano ba yung masakit ng ulo dito?
First of all, the pre-processing, pre-screening. So basically, ang sakit ng ulo ng mga recruiters ay napakaraming aplikante. So usually
Mm.
those applicants, they can't acknowledge everyone.
Okay.
So most of the time, the job seekers would say that parang di sila nakatanggap ng response kahit at least 3 months na. So parang ganyan yung ano nila.
So ang pwedeng gawin nun ni AI 'no, kasi dati maybe ano kaya mabagal kaya hindi nakakakuha ng response yung iba kasi manual search din yung mga agency na iniisa-isa yung mga resume, yung mga applications ano,
Correct.
isa-isang basahin and then 'pag binasa mo, iko-compare mo pa or baka yung criteria na ginagamit din hindi pa gano'n ka-polish kaya how do they sort, how do they rank those ano, pero maybe with AI and machine learning, once nakuha yung mga applications, automatic siya, efficiently siya, and smartly siya or intelligently siyang mara-rank, masa-sort para makuha yung mga top. Is that right? Ganun ba?
Correct.
And mapapabilis nun yung pag-respond dun sa mga applicants. Is that right?
Yes, it is the main purpose for recruiters. And also the use of the AI is to gather the data for resume. So we have this feature where the job seekers upload their resume. It's called the resume parsing. So they can directly upload their resume in the application.
So ano rin 'to, ang kinaganda rin nito dati kasi parang in the traditional way, papel pa. Pinapadala sa mga agency, tama ba? Papel siya yung as in resume and then mga requirements. And ang kinaganda rin sa ginagawa ng platform, online. I mean, pwede mag-submit online, is that right?
Yes, they can submit online at the same time. The solution talaga is to generate directly. So di na nila kailangan maghanap ng agency. So directly yung mga agent na makikita dun sa application.
Okay. Ang galing, galing, galing. Okay, nice. So basically, if I want to be an OFW, if I want to work overseas, hindi ko na rin kailangan pang maghanap ng agency kasi parang aggregator na rin kayo. Naka-aggregate na dun yung mga agency na or yung so punta akong platform basically, andun yung mga possible work and hindi ko na kailangan hindi ko na kailangan pumunta sa agency like dati na apply isa-isa. Ito, dun lang sa platform andun na lahat.
Correct. Kasi yung ano namin, yung the first sale ano namin, yung solution namin is to business to business for recruiters talaga, for agencies.
I see. Pero ano lang 'no, mas i-clarify natin yung picture. So ano nga ba usually yung mga like now 'no, ano usually yung mga trabaho ng mga OFW?
So we have the white collar and the blue collar, no. So usually yung mga trabaho ng OFWs, yung mga ano, yung mga nursing, oo. Tsaka yung mga housemaid.
Yeah, mga tawag dito, domestic
Helper,
ayun.
oo.
Yeah, actually very diverse 'no. I mean, come to think of it lang, like all around the globe. Nurse, domestic helper, then marami rin actually OFW na mga nagwo-work sa mga construction, mga engineers natin na OFW din lalo na sa mga Middle East countries ano. Dun usually yung mga maraming ginagawa dun, maraming construction dun. And actually hindi lang yun, I think marami pang, professions na kinukuha abroad 'no. So
especially the IT.
IT, yes.
IT.
Usually mga programmers ay kinukuha na rin abroad. So may advantages naman, for the country na if we have OFWs pero parang minsan siyempre for them, some of them don't want to ano 'no, to iwan ang kanilang mga pamilya. Pero siyempre para mabuhay ang pamilya, some of our kababayans really need to work abroad.
Actually, the OFW market is just our initial market. So the totality goal of the Trabaho ay talaga is to cater different type of recruiters. Either it's in companies. So that's the whole point.
So parang ito lang yung yung first phase nyo kasi ito naman yung madali kasi andiyan yung mga recruiters and you're now building an online platform for them na may AI aspect din. So talking about that platform. So sige, can we know more about that platform? How does it work really? maybe punta muna natin yung sa recruiter side. So, how do they put the jobs there? What do they do? So, paano siya mag-work?
So we have this idea na rather than posting jobs, we call it sync.
Mm.
So basically they don't need to post it. The difference is that when you're posting the job as a recruiter, so everybody is seeing it, right? So the difference in the application is generated na siya sa mga job seekers. So basically, yung sync, for example, there's a construction na hiring. So yung mga nag-a-apply lang ng construction yung mababalitaan, parang ganun.
Nice. Hindi siya galing,
So
galing.
hindi siya targeted towards everybody. For example, may bata na hindi naman siya nag-a-apply. So makikita pa rin nila sa 'di ba, sa post.
So parang automatic filter kasi sa mga ibang job seeking sites we can name drop naman for example sa Job Street yung mga sikat na yun posting yun na if you're searching may search function filter function pero if you search makikita mo naman actually lahat, diba? So ang kinaganda nito may accounts may account. For example, I am a job seeker and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm a job seeker. I have an account. Ilalagay ko dun yung ano yung mga hinahanap ko and then pag nag-post quote unquote yung recruiter automatic lalabas sa akin na they're
yes,
they're
correct.
finding.
Actually, di lang yun. Reference at saka resume. So, bali yung details ng resume mo. So, if you upload that, so the data will be collected and then...
so yung pre-screening, automatic filtering parang
automatic.
na pre-screen na actually yung mga mismatch, yung mga mag-a-apply pero hindi naman pala talaga match. Kasi ang lalabas lang sa akin, yung match na ako to begin with. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh. For the job seeker site naman, so how does it work for them? Tama ba na may account? Parang magla-login, gagawa ng account, lalagay yung mga preferences or whatever.
So that's what the job seekers would do. So they would create an account and then based on their uploaded resume, kahit na PDF or document format yung resume nila, ipaparse yun sa application. At the same time, not just the resume, meron din silang kakayahan na mamili on their own kung ano yung mga preferred nila. Kasi for example, di naman lahat ng nasa resume natin yun yung gusto nating jobs. So we can look for preference for other work.
So ito isa pang question. Kasi sometimes for yung mga nag-a-apply, meron na silang mga printed na resume, yung information printed siya as in papel. Sa platform ninyo ba ita-type siya? Or baka pwedeng isa-scan yung papel and then automatic na rin mababasa ni AI na pag skinan yung CV, ito na yung mga skills, ito na yung mga preference. Parang may scanning rin siya, may computer vision, something like that.
Actually, in resume, ano lang talaga siya, parang soft copy. Soft copy lang talaga siya na i-upload yung resume.
As in yung image, pwedeng i-upload or yung Word file, ganun.
Yung PDF at saka Word.
Sa bagay, well, kung PDF naman siya, madaling basahin yun panano kasi text form naman na yun Right. I mean, baka lang, ang info lang kasi baka iba may printed out na tapos kailangan pang basahin yung words. Pero actually, now naman, madali na lang mabasa yung words sa PDF ngayon. I mean, yung text mismo. Iba kasi image na text right? I mean, pag text, madali siyang ma-process na. Pag text na. Ayun. So, baka may iba pang use ang AI, This is actually very, parang ang saya isipin, ng possible uses ng AI.
Actually, to be honest, we are still in the phase of future proofing. So what does that mean? We're looking for features that would exist 10 to 15 years ahead. So that kahit na may competitors, we're still there. So because we have been the first to.
Yeah, pero that's good na you're doing this for recruiters kasi in my experience sa mga na-interview ko dito sa podcast, meron ng mga parang job matching somehow using machine learning to match the employers and the job seekers pero wala pang niche down sa OFW recruiters. Merong mga BPO industry kasi marami yan ngayon, 'di ba? Merong mga iba-iba Pero if you will niche down sa OFWs, I think that's a good strategy rin, no? Yeah.
Okay, kasi actually I have a background. I have my first venture.
Mm.
It's kind of a sole proprietor, web and marketing, the same time email management for businesses in Makati.
Mm.
So basically doon, majority ng mga clients namin are manpower.
Mm.
So that's how I was able to get an idea na. And
Mm.
they were also looking for solutions to their
Mm.
problems because our my first venture was Hand Studio CBS or Creative Business Solutions. They thought that the business solutions that we have it all. We're just a marketing, business.
Mm.
So from there, they were asking for some solutions.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter.
Okay. Ang galing, galing. So, sige, let's go to your background, ano. Actually, ito yung magagandang story eh. Sige, I'll have to ask you first about your background. So, can we know like maybe educational background and then how did you go to work? How did you go to find work? And then why did you decide to build nga itong venture mo and then itong startup now? So, paano siya nangyari?
Actually, I'm originally here from CDO.
Mm.
So I studied here in Liceo de Cagayan University.
Yeah, that's a good school
And
here.
I took a course of IT.
IT, yes.
So around 2019, an entrepreneur asked me to work with him.
Mm.
Basically, he's a founder of Sourcebound Asia.
Oh.
So their office is in China, and they're trying to look for partners in Asia. So he was traveling, and he asked me, "Hey Han, can you go here in BGC, and you can help me with the marketing and web stuff?" That's how I was able to go there. And then from there, he was able to teach me some business ideation. So I copied it and I tried starting my own. So unfortunately, that was the start of pandemic.
2020. Actually, interesting story. Ito na nga sinasabi ko na ito yung hinahanap kong sagot actually. Kasi kaya ako nagpunta ng CDO, segue muna tayo Kaya ako nagpunta ng CDO nung naglabas yung report ni I think Startup Link, parang top cities sa Philippines in terms of like startup maturity. Top 3 si CDO. That's why I'm from Manila, then I went to Cebu, and then now I'm here in CDO kasi I wanted to understand what factor sa isang lugar, sa isang city yung parang nag-a-affect kung bakit nagmamature ang startup ecosystem. Now, sa mga na-interview ko here in CDO, ang dami sa inyo, actually almost all of you, ay parang merong IT background, may computer, may engineering background, and then nagkaroon ng interaction with a businessman, and then doon nagkaroon ng parang synergy na you have the skills ng engineering or ng IT, computer, programming, and then of course you also have the parang the what then of course to have your own business, to be an entrepreneur. And then you get interaction with a businessman, with someone who knows business, or someone who's been doing business. And then doon parang nag-start yung business works, yung paggawa ng business. And isa pa factor I think is maganda yung mga schools din dito sa CDO and medyo IT related. Marami dito actually mga magagaling na programmer sa CDO So if you have that skill and samahan mo ng business mindset, dun ipapanganak ang mga startups.
Sure na yun. Mga startup natin.
And then si Tarbaho ay, so paano naman siya how exactly did you decide and did you think of building it? And kamusta ang ano niya ngayon, and now you plan to be incubated nga ano, you plan to apply sa incubation program ni CDO
So,
Bytes.
okay. So, it's about the vision, right? Vision of the Talbot Eye. So, as of the moment, we are still an early stage startup. So we are applying for an incubation here in CDO Bytes. And also, we are planning to collaborate with the ITC, or Information Technology and Computing, here in the USTP. With I have talked with the dean, Sir John Arlandicho, if we could collaborate our initial AI product, so that we can partner with the
So
university.
you yourself, you know how to program AI, machine learning. How did you study it?
In terms of the AI kasi, it's different from the actual software engineer. More on it's training the data. So you're creating models for it. So it's different because it's new ways of advanced technologies, right?
So did you study it by yourself? Ganyan?
Right now, I as of even right now, I'm studying the methodologies of how it is being
Is
done.
it easy or hard compared to, because you're an IoT, no? So parang you know the fundamentals of programming. Is it the same or different studying the programming, yung as in vanilla programming, I mean normal programming sa machine learning? Is it same or different?
Somehow it's complicated, but there are some methodologies or other stuff that was teach in IT. Like for example, data structure. It's somehow related.
Yeah. Actually, ang machine learning naman is very, very data. Actually, ang machine learning is actually parang application siya ng ano data structures, databases, and operations research nga actually, parang how to make decisions using data. So parang applied stat din siya. Applied stat when you have big data. Do you have team members? So who are you working with in building?
Yeah, I have members. One of my member is Mr. Ranaya Taurak. She's our CDO, Chief Data Officer.
CDO, Cagayan de Oro, Chief Data Officer.
So basically, she was able to join last 2022 ata. They have different startup. It's called iWolfU.
Pets ba yan?
Something like pets. They're using AI to predict the imagery of it. So I asked her to join if she's interested, and I've seen naman na she's somehow interested. And also I have a team member, si Joppers Cabalona. He is our CPO, or Chief Product Officer.
In terms of the product, ayun nga. So right now, in what stage are you in building the product? And can we know more about when will you launch? When will this be out there?
So our strategy talaga, ang target market namin is after the incubation, if we can join, we're supposed to be conducting our PMF, or product market fit. So we will be conducting it. It's like a door-to-door, or like
sa mga recruiter.
We're going to their offices. And
Saan ba mga office ng mga recruiter pala? Are they all around the Philippines?
Actually, based on the DMW, there are around 1,116 ata ngayon registered agencies, and 80% of them are located in the metro
in Manila. Meron sa CDO, no? For sure.
Meron. Pero konti lang yung main talaga, kasi mga branches na siya dito.
I see. And then going back sa sa CDO, since you have much experience here, you were born here, but then you moved to Manila, and then now you're back here kasi you plan to be incubated ng CDO Bytes. What do you think of, since you also have perspectives sa ecosystem sa Manila, what do you think are the differences, the similarities? And going back sa question ko na, because CDO is top 3 in terms of startup maturity. So what do you think are the factors then why CDO is thriving yung startup ecosystem?
So,
Mayroon pa yung question, sorry.
kasi di talaga medyo di pa ako
Yeah, but ano lang, I mean, opinions lang
environment.
naman ang podcast natin eh. So parang just share your thoughts.
So, para sa akin, basically, yung mga nakikita ko through social media, I think very matured na yung sa Metro.
Social media.
Marami kasi akong nakita
Yeah.
mga startups doon. I think they have good enablers.
Okay.
That's why they were being able to
Well, that's true. Mas marami naman talaga enablers sa Manila. Sa CDO, like for example, CDO Bytes is one of the main incubators here. Ito nga lang ata ang TBI dito sa CDO City eh.
And actually na marami naman rin naging startups tong si CDO Bytes, diba? So
yeah, actually, if I remember correctly, sige, i-plug natin si CDO Bytes because CDO Bytes is our partner ng Startup Podcast page here in Cagayan de Oro. And if there are actually hindi lang Cagayan de Oro based startups ang pwede mag-apply kay CDO Bytes. Even if you're in Manila, actually anywhere in the Philippines. Pero if you're gonna be incubated, you need kasi to participate fully talaga. So you need to be here sa I'm not sure kung ilang mentors, ilang trainings yung kailangan physically andun. May requirements. Sa ating episode with CDO Bytes, I will talk more about that. And yung demo day din, kailangan nandito ka sa CDO. So, anywhere in the Philippines, pero you have to be in CDO for the program. And I think may requirements sila sa founder eh. Have you seen the requirements na ba?
di ko pa
Parang, basta, you'll know more about that when we interview CDO Bytes. Anyway, ayan yung ilan sa mga details and ito yung kanilang program. Meron silang parang pre-incubation, may incubation, and then may demo days. Ayun. And by the way, CDO Bytes, ito yung mga nakalap ko information, 40%, they have a lot of startups and 40% yung talagang nag-grow pa into good startups now. So if you want to know more about the other startups that incubated the CDO Bytes, go to our other episodes. So, ayun, final question, Anthony, ano muna, future plans? Ano ba yung parang next phases niya for building Trabaho Ay?
So, we'll do the PMF muna in Luzon, and then we'll try to have an office here in Cagayan de Oro. And but our main goal talaga is to spread out throughout the Asia.
Yes. Oh, nice.
So as the moment we have actually we have a partner in India right now. So he also have connections there, so we can look for some interns, and also we can directly communicate with their clients in their country. Parang ganun.
Actually, marami na rin tayong mga startups na nag-work together with some Indian companies, some Indian startups, and even Southeast Asia actually. Marami ring OFWs sa other countries in Southeast Asia. For example, sila Indonesia, Vietnam. This can also be
kasi marami ring mga recruiters outside the Philippines.
What keeps you driven, Han? Ito yung ating final question. Parang in a personal level, what really makes you want to make this startup in this startup journey? So what keeps you motivated? What's really your motivation?
I really don't have something to brought up as a motivation, but ito lang yung alam ko eh. Basically, when I started as an IT, I don't know kung IT ba talaga yung gusto ko. But then I realized when I was a kid, I realized that I was good in selling, parang ganun, and parang nagustuhan ko yung entrepreneurship. So even though I don't have motivation, parang it boils down to me na i-pursue yung ganitong environment.
It's your skill din. It's your want din. Parang it's your personality rin. So, yun, embedded na rin pala sa'yo ang sales, ang entrepreneurship. And now you have the IT skills, you have the programming skills. So, magandang mix siya for this
that's good
tech startup. Ayun, so maraming salamat, Han. If our listeners want to know more about you and Trabaho Ay, so how do they connect with you? Maybe you can link them to your social media or sa website ng Trabaho Ay. And ayun, so feel free to invite them to know more about you and the startup.
Actually, the Trabaho Ay, we don't have a call to actions yet. We don't have websites and everything. But soon, we're gonna make something for it. And also we are inviting all of the startups, if you're students, if you're an AI enthusiast, please build the startup so that we can innovate here in Cagayan de Oro City.
True. So sa mga Cagayan de Oro listeners there, let's innovate together. Let's work together. Let's innovate together. Let's build the startup ecosystem together. Nakikita together, bisita lang naman ako dito sa CDO. Pero, ayun, I mean, I'm really happy. I'm really happy na ang ganda ng ecosystem dito sa Cagayan de Oro. So, ayun, maraming salamat, Han, for this conversation. And thank you.
Thanks din, Jan.
Thank you very much to our 45 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLexPH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. ROC.ph, our creative marketing partner. Get unlimited digital marketing services monthly. One CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. And Space Cebu, global co-working space, private office, and meeting rooms for startups, digital nomads, and freelancers. Tuala, privacy-focused digital experience for sharing identity information across Web 2 and Web 3 ecosystems. Mamiki Super Pet App, the Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. MarketMind Local, a digital marketing company focused in helping small and medium businesses. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGUs, real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. Divico Technologies, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Drive Manila, PH's largest peer-to-peer car rental community. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talents and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. Benjoy's food products, the home of premium bacon ends, tapa, and tocino. This episode is powered by Contact RFID business cards, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Founders Launchpad, Packetworks, Uplift Codecamp, Pareto Consulting, Agile Data Solutions, Hassle PH, Board Prep, Zales, Sears MD, Pahatid PH. Please support the podcast through the links in the description.